welcome back to another episode of Critical Entertainment. I'm your host, Sammy, and today we are doing a February reading wrap-up. Now, technically February is not over. This is the pocket with my phone. It is, at the time of filming this, February 24th. But when you guys see this, it will be March 1st, Saturday, so it won't matter because to you guys, February will be over. So that's my reference. So without further ado, let's get in today's video. 3 books in the month of February. Sorry. And here are them 3. And I'm gonna yap about each one of them a little bit more than I would if I had read multiple books. And at the end of the video, now this will be a little bit faster, I'm going to tell you what we're gonna be trying to read in March. And to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed with how much I read this month. I only read 3 books this month, and I know, it's not that bad. And it's not like I'm used to reading anymore. It's just like, I wish I had at least broke 4 books, instead of like only reading 3. But that's okay. There's room for improvement, and I will show you my March TBR for next month. And some of these videos, some of these books, what?
He's wrapping up what you said.
And one of these books might be a reading vlog. Actually, I know one of these books is gonna be a reading vlog. But here's how it's gonna work for when we go off what I read. I'm gonna tell you my star reading, what I thought of them, what I didn't like, what I did like, and just kind of give a general consensus of what the book is about. And so without further ado, let's get into the first book I'm gonna be talking about. In the first book we're going to be talking about, which you guys know I read because there's a video post of it, and that video turned out to be 30 minutes long, is The Prince Warriors Book 1. And, okay, now that it's been, a little while since I read this, I will say in the video, as I said in the books I DNF, because I kind of talked about the series, this book is not 2.5 stars. I lied. It's not 2.5 stars. It's not. That was way too harsh on it. Now, believe me, this is not 5-star material. I've seen a lot of 5-star reviews. This is not 5-star material, in my personal opinion. But, disclaimer, everything I say in this video is my personal opinion. So if your favorite book is here, do not come at me. This is all my opinion. But back to this. It's not a 2.5 stars, but it is 3 stars. It is not a 2.5. It's just not good enough to be anything higher than 3 stars. But I do not think it is 2.5 stars. It is not high enough to be better than 3 stars, but it is not low enougbe lower than 3 stars. That's kind of how I feel. It was just a meh. Like, I liked it, but I also didn't like it. So should I read off a summary? Well, it is book 1 in the series, but I'm not gonna. For this book, any book that's a part of the series, which I didn't realize, I kind of made the reading vlog where I read book 5 of Sailor Moon series is very spoilery, and I shouldn't have done that. That was my first ever one though, so you live, you learn. But this was very much not that good, but here's some things I did like about it. I did like the small character development moments. I did like the character development. What saved this book for me is that it did have good character development. It had good character development, and the characters, from what they did not act like the way they acted at the beginning of the story, they were not the same. That happened, this book would have been like 1 stars. Because when I watch a show or when I watch a movie, I want it to be resolved. I want our conflict to be resolved, and I want the characters to have some type of change in them. And if a book or a show does not have a clear resolution, I might hate that show for that one reason. Like, me and my mom watched Goosebumps, and I didn't know it wasn't gonna have a resolution. So when it didn't have a resolution, I was like, what the heck? Why is there no clear-cut resolution? I very much like things to end on a pure, happy, yay, we defeated the bad guy, or yay, we did something. But I don't like it to be like, we're the same, everything sucks. So I do believe this book hit the boxes when it came to character growth. So, like, for instance, Xavier at the beginning of the book was very much, this is our main character's brother, was very much a bully type of character, only cared about being buff, only cared about basketball, only cared about this, only cared about that, really only cared about himself. He felt like a very selfish character. Now, he did think about Evan, how he hurt Evan, but he still gave off very selfish vibes. But towards the end of the book, he started to develop more empathy for people. He no longer bullied Evan, and he began to feel more empathy for people and really feel other people's emotions instead of just getting down on them. So I really think that he had a lot of character growth, and especially Evan. Evan went from being this little kid that was afraid of everything to a brave, strong warrior. They had character growth. The only character I don't really see that has significant character growth, but had a little bit was Brianna. Or, yeah, is it Brianna? Or, yeah, it's Brianna, I'm pretty sure. She kind of felt the same at the end. She felt the same. But the other three, Levi became less of a skater boy, loner boy, didn't want to help anyone. He became more of a helper, not letting people get down on people, not letting people bully people. He really became a very well-rounded character, and the only one I think didn't change was Brianna, but that's fine. And I'm not even going to talk about Miguel, because Miguel was like thrown in at the end of the book. He was thrown in when we only had 5 chapters left. He didn't have a clear character arc. We don't really even know him. But, so this book, 3 stars. And I'm going to put it under here, 3 stars. Would, maybe in the future, at my end of the year wrap up, which is far, far away, my end of the year wrap up, maybe this book will be higher in my opinion. But for now, for February, it's only 3 stars. So the second book we're going to be talking about for today is Sailor Moon Book 4. And I'm not going to tell you what's happening in this book because it leads on from our 3rd book. And, well, honestly, I don't want to tell you what happened in the 3rd book because I'm going to spoil the 3rd book for you. But for this book, I definitely thought the world was interesting. The future was interesting. This book, I can't remember if it was book 3 or this one. I'm pretty sure it was book 3. I need to check, though. I'm so sorry. You know what? It's probably this book. This book did make me cry. It did make me cry. This manga made me cry. And the reason why it made me misty is because when one of the character deaths happened, it was really, really sad. And I'm not going to tell you, like, how it happened, but it was really, really, really sad. And I was like, no, don't die. So I was like, I can't. And it was so sad. And I just was like, no. This is not how it should be. So I rate this book 4 stars. It was a good book. And I should tell you how I feel about books when I rate them. 1 star, I hate the book. 2 star, it had good aspects, but I pretty much hate it. 3 stars, meh, it was an okay book. 4 stars, it was a good book. And 5 stars is I love this book. I would probably reread it again. Or I wish I could forget what the book was about and reread it. That's my 5 stars. I reserve 5 stars. 5 stars for God tier books, in my opinion. But this book was about 4 stars. And I think that's a pretty good rating. So we're going to go on to the next book. Since I can't say much about this book because, well, it's part of book 4 of a series, I'm going to try to that book I could say a little bit more about. This one, since it's you're already into book 4, I can't say much. And this was actually my first reading book 5. Book 5 in the Sailor Moon series. It was a 5 star, and in my opinion, it pretty much is a 5 star. I only bumped it down a star because of one thing. I didn't like a plot element, and you guys, if you watched that video, you already know that plot element, but they were, spoiler territory, they were plotting to kill a child, and I just was not down with that, and you guys know I wasn't down with that, and so I rated the book lower for that. But since I already made a full-length video on this book, I'm not going to say much about it. But now, I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do this as the end of every wrap up. Tell me if you guys like this little thing I'm about to do. And comment down below if you like my haircut. And subscribe if you like my haircut. And like if you like my haircut. And if you don't do any of those things, my feelings are gonna be hurt. So, these are the 4 books. I've already started one of them, but I'm probably gonna like put it down in favor to read another book. These are the 4 books we're gonna be reading in March. And I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna say anything about the book because I haven't read them yet. But I'm just gonna say that I'm excited to read them or I'm not excited to read it. Okay, so we're gonna be reading the 6 books in the Sailor Moon series. So keep your eyes open for maybe a video on that. And then we're gonna be reading Frank Peretzi's The Oath. And I've already read a little bit of it, as you can see by my bookmark. But can I tell you something, guys? This might have to be multiple reading vlogs because do you guys see this? Do you see this? This book is 550 pages. It will probably have to be multiple reading vlogs, and it might spill over to April. Honestly, but also I'm showing these books in the order I'm gonna read them. So this book gets read first. This one is second. These orders might change. I might read this first because I've already started it. I might read this first since it's already been started, but I haven't decided. And this is gonna also be read, and I'm gonna enjoy this book. I hope I enjoy this book. And then the 3rd book we're gonna be reading in February because we're gonna be reading 4 books in February and maybe 5. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna read the last book I'm gonna mention. The Unseen Invasion, Prince Warriors. It's a good book. And I'm gonna try to pick it up again. I got about 5 chapters in to A New Friend, and I might reread it from the beginning if I see 4th, but I might not. And we got about 5 chapters in. And then I'm trying to keep these in order of the way I want to read them so I don't like forget. But then we have Orphan Island, which we're also going to be reading. So I am picking up 2 of my soft DNFs. They're being picked up and being added into March. Failed to read them in February. Orphan Island, I am also in chapter 5, and it just feels like a book I would find interesting, but I just got a little bored. So we're going to try to pick it up again and start from chapter 1, even though I might start from I might just restart chapter 5 since I already kind of know the point of where I'm at, and I kind of already understand everything, but I might reread it just so I can have clarity. Don't know yet. And, well, those are all the books we're going to be reading in March. And, well, you guys have reached the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And I've been having issues with my comments lately. So I'm just like issues on having them turned on and turned off, little issues. So I'm not going to say leave an emoji for this. But if the comments are on, please leave a comment if you like the video. Leave a like if you like the video. And subscribe because if you're going to watch this channel and you're going to tune into my videos and my book videos, because we're going to be doing this a lot more, you might as well subscribe. So, well, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!